Well, the long-awaited moment has finally arrived. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final round of Brain Cypher, the inter-school quiz competition organized by the Mother Sri Lanka Society of Royal College and the Quiz Club of Devi, Balika, Vidyalaya. After gradually moving from round to round, we have finally got into the decisive phase or the pinnacle moment of this whole competition. But before I go any further, I would like to welcome the chairman of Mother Sri Lanka Society of Royal College, Manindu Nimnaka, to address the gathering.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final round of the Brain Cypher Inter-School Quiz Competition organized by the Royal College Mother Sri Lanka Society in collaboration with the Devi Balika Vidyalaya Quiz Club. Brain Cypher is a project organized with the hope of enhancing the knowledge of the Sri Lankan community about the key facts of Sri Lanka and around the world. This competition was started on 11th of August and there were 2 rounds to select the top 3 qualifiers to the final round. It's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to you all, and your presence makes us such a success. Hope you all enjoy these proceedings to be followed, and good luck for your competition. Thank you.
Thank you, Aya. So, 3 contestants have been qualified to represent their respective schools in the finals after showcasing excellent performance in the previous 2 rounds. So, who are the 3 contestants? Any guesses? I guess it's quite obvious. So, without further ado, these are your finalists. In order, we have Sanuka Vijay Surya from Mahinda College, Jinani Chatulya Vijayakon from Visakha Vidyalaya, and finally, joining the other 2 is Sadisha Saparamadu from St. Thomas's College, Mount Lavinia. So, I'm pretty confident that the 3 contestants are under immense pressure because all of them share a common goal of winning this competition for their schools, and it's a huge responsibility that is resting on their shoulders. But I got to admire the fact that none of them are showing any signs of pressure, and that means they're managing it pretty well. So, all right, enough said. I don't want to put more pressure on our contestants, but one thing is certain, that the keyboard is going to get a good pounding today. Moving on, usually we would read out the rules and regulations by now. But since we are down to the 3 finalists, I think we have time to get to know them better. So we will start with Sanuka. Hi, Sanuka. Sanuka. Hi, Sanuka. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you excited about the final round?
Yeah, and I'm a little bit nervous.
So, Sanuka, just tell us a bit more about yourself and what got you into quizzing.
I'm Sanaka Dulmani Surya and 18 years old. And I'm actually I'm interested about sports facts and something facts since in my childhood. So that got me into the quizzing, and that's all.
Yeah, thank you, Sanuka. So, Sanuka, you have reached the finals, and so have 2 other contestants as well. So, what do you have to say about your competitors?
Yeah, they are actually pretty good competitors. They competed well in last 2 rounds, and I would like to wish them good luck to the in the grand finale.
Nice of you to say that, Sanuka, and thank you very much for that brief introduction. And we wish you the best of luck as well.
Thank you.
So we will carry on with our proceedings, and along the way, we'll get to know more about the other 2 contestants as well. All right, now, to ensure fair play and to keep the sportsmanship alive throughout this whole competition, we have the rules and regulations. So, Kavya, would you be kind enough to read out the rules and regulations?
Thank you, Minidu. So I will be reading out the rules and regulations now. They are pretty similar to our rules and regulations in the second round, but there are some changes that you should be aware of. So please pay close attention. This round will be conducted in the form of a buzzer round via the Zoom platform. The top 3 highest scorers, as highlighted by the organizers, will be eligible to compete in this round. All participants are required to be present dressed in school uniform. The competitors must join the quiz under the usernames provided in round 2 by the organizing committee. If a competitor joins the quiz with any username other than the one provided by the organizing committee, he or she will lose the chance to participate in the quiz. It is compulsory for the participants to have their video turned on at all times. If a contestant switches off their video for more than 10 seconds, he or she will be eliminated from the competition. If a participant experiences an issue with their internet connection, it will be their responsibility to inform the organizing committee. If a contestant is absent from the meeting for 15 seconds continuously without informing the organizing committee, he or she will be eliminated from the competition. In this round, 15 questions will be asked from the competitors by the compeers. After each question is read, 10 seconds will be provided to drop the code and obtain the chance to answer the question. The code must be dropped in the chat box by choosing the option "to everyone." If the code is dropped by choosing any other option, it will not be taken into account. The compeers will provide the short code at the beginning of the round. Competitors must drop it into the chat box to mimic the pressing of the buzzer. The question will be posed to all competitors, and the first competitor to drop the code must turn on their microphone and answer the question when his or her name is called out by the compeers. If the competitor drops the code before the complete question is read, the compeer will stop reading the question. The competitor must unmute their microphone within 5 seconds of dropping the code and answer the question. If the competitor successfully answers the question, he or she will be awarded 1,000 rupees. If the first competitor to press the buzzer fails to answer the question, and if another competitor has already dropped the code, he or she must unmute and answer the question within 5 seconds. And if no other competitor has dropped the code, the compeers will continue reading the question, and the remaining participants are welcome to buzz and answer the question. Participants do not need to wait until the full question is read. Please note that all 3 competitors are only allowed to buzz once per question. All 3 participants are allowed to buzz only once in the provided time. He or she will receive the full sum of money allocated for that question. All questions will be awarded the same cash prize. At the end of the third round, if 2 or more participants win equal amount of money, the compeers will select the champion by asking questions from the tied competitors until the tie is broken. The participants will receive the allocated amount for each question answered. Having a proper internet connection is the responsibility of the contestants, and the organizing committee will not take responsible for any connection-related issues. So I would like to remind that the code you have to drop in the chat box is the same as before. It will be the question number, which I will be clearly stating before each question. And also, I would like to remind our participants to be careful when dropping the code, because you will only be given one chance to give an answer. Okay, so I hope that the rules and regulations are clear to all of our competitors, and I wish you all the best of luck. So now let me start off with the first question of Brain Cypher. The first question: name the second largest city in Afghanistan which served as the capital of the Taliban Okay, so we've gotten our first respondent, Sanuka from Mahinda College. You're welcome to give your answer now.
Kandahar.
Can you please repeat your answer?
Kandahar.
That is the correct answer, Sanuka. Okay. So a pretty rapid response from Sanuka. So I will be moving on to the second question. Sri Lanka is known worldwide for having the purest form of which allotrope with mines in Kahatagaha? Okay, so we've gotten our first respondent, Sadisha from St. Thomas's College. You're welcome to give your answer now.
Graphite.
Sadisha, that is the correct answer. So the question is, Sri Lanka is known worldwide for having the purest form of which allotrope with mines in Kahatagaha, Bogala and Ragedara. This material is likely to see increased demand due to its use in the batteries of electric vehicles. And the answer is graphite. So now I will be moving on to the third question. So there will be a video shown for this question, and I would like to remind all the participants to pay close attention as it would only be played one time.
Gets it! Oh, that's the way that little man gets them! That's the way he gets it! It looked utterly impossible for him to swing his boot back and get hold of it.
Okay, I hope you all watched the video properly. The third question. Shown is the winning goal from a certain World Cup final. Name the scorer. Okay, so I've gotten our first buzzer from Sanuka from Mahinda College. Sanuka, you're welcome to give your answer now.
Gerd Muller.
That is the correct answer, Sanuka. Okay, so now I will move on to the fourth question of the round. Which country changed its national flag in 1937? Adding, okay, so I've gotten our first buzzer. Sadisha from St. Thomas's College, you can give your answer now.
Haiti.
I'm sorry, Sadisha, but that's the incorrect answer. I will be reading the rest of the question now. Which country changed its national flag in 1937? Adding a crown to the design after finding out in the 1936 Olympics that their flag was identical to the civil flag of Haiti. Pictured is the Haitian flag in question. So what we are asking is the country that changed its national flag. So you will be, okay, so we've gotten our first buzzer. Sorry, Jinani from Visaka Vidyalaya.
The Netherlands.
I'm sorry, but that is the incorrect answer. Okay, Sanuka, you can give your answer now. Yes.
Liechtenstein.
Yes, Sanuka, that is the correct answer. Okay, so it's turning out to be a very interesting competition. And now I will move on to the fifth question. Which 2017 Oscar-winning documentary movie played a role in uncovering state-sponsored doping in Russia with the help of informant Grigory Rodchenko? The film has a name of a Greek mythological character who flew to... Okay, so we've gotten our first buzzer. Jinani, you can unmute your mic and answer now.
Keras.
Yes. So what we are asking is the film has the name of a Greek mythological character who flew too close to the sun, and the answer is Icarus. Okay. So now I will be moving on to the sixth question. Which vaccine, which is still pending authorization for official use in 11 countries, reported a 96.4 efficiency rate against the original strain? Okay, so we've gotten our first respondent. Sanuka, you can give your answer now.
Sinopharm.
I'm sorry, Sanuka, but that is the incorrect answer. So I will read out the rest of the question. Reporter, okay, so we've got our second buzzer, Jinani. You can give your answer.
Pfizer.
I'm sorry, but that is the incorrect answer. So Sadisha, you still have the chance to press the buzzer and give the correct answer. So I will be reading out the rest of the question. Which vaccine, which is still pending authorization for official use in 11 countries, reported a 96.4 efficiency rate against the original strain of COVID-19 in March 2021? In May, they partnered with the Serum Institute of India to produce vaccines and clinical trials and are currently being carried out in the country. So this vaccine is not it's not in use for now. So Sadisha, you are okay. So Sadisha, you can unmute yourself and give your answer now.
Is it Covishield?
I'm sorry, but that is also the incorrect answer. The correct answer is Novavax or Covavax. Okay, so we've read out 6 questions. And since everyone must be a bit tired, now I will hand it over to Minido to ask some questions to get to know more about our competitors.
Thank you, Gavya. All right, then. We would like to take a quick detour from our quiz and have a chat with our second contestant, Jihani Vijayakorn from Visakha Vidyalaya. Hi, Jinani.
Hi.
Tell us a bit about yourself and what got you into quizzing.
Hi, I'm Jinani Vijayakorn. I'm currently studying at Visakha Vidyalaya, Colombo. I'm a grade 12 student. And ever since I was little, I was a very voracious reader. And I was interested in subjects like history and literature. So yeah, that's what got me into quizzing.
Nice to hear that, Jinani. So, Jinani, what do you feel about the competition so far?
I think it's a good competition so far. I learned a lot and I also enjoyed a lot too. And I would like to make this opportunity to thank the Mother Sri Lanka site of Royal College and the Quiz Club of Devi Balika Vidyalaya for organizing this as well.
Yes. Jinani, I think we are all very curious about this one. How do you keep your knowledge up to date? Would you like to recommend our audience some ways that you have been using?
I get a lot of help from social media because these days almost all the major news sources are on social media. So I follow those accounts and I get myself updated on world politics and topics like that. And I also use Wikipedia a lot to get a lot of knowledge about a certain topic. And I would also recommend participating in quizzes like this because that's a great way to evaluate yourself.
Yes, thank you for that. Nice to hear that. So thank you, Jinani, for having that conversation with us. So we wish you the best as well. And now we would like to move on with the next set of questions. Kavya, over to you again.
Thank you, Minidu. So now I will start from the 7th question of the competition. Okay, the 7th question. Which law named after a co-founder of Intel Corporation predicted that processor speed or overall processing power for computers will double every 2? Okay, Sadisha is our first respondent. Sadisha, you can give your answer now.
Moore's law?
Sadisha, that is correct. Yes, it is the Moore's law. Okay, I will be moving on to the 8th question. Which Sri Lankan player was one of the only 2 players who made their debut in a ODI World Cup knockout game, doing so in the 2015 quarterfinal? Okay, Sanuka is our first respondent. Sanuka, you can give your answer now.
Dushman Chami.
I'm sorry, Sanuka, but that is the incorrect answer. I will be reading out the rest of the question. Okay, Jinani from Visakha Vidyalaya, you can give your answer now.
Arindu Kaushal?
That is the correct answer. So the question is, which Sri Lankan player was one of the only 2 players who made their debut in an ODI World Cup knockout game, doing so in the 2015 quarterfinal versus South Africa? And the correct answer is Tarindu Kaushal. Okay, so now I will be moving on to the 9th question of the competition. Which founding father of the United States was the first Secretary of the Treasury of the United States and has a famous Broadway musical? Okay, so we've got our first respondent, Sadisha from St. Thomas's College.
Alexander Hamilton.
Sadisha, that is the correct answer. Alexander Hamilton is the correct answer. Okay, so now I will be moving on to the 10th question. Please pay close attention as it is a bit of a long one. The sale of digital assets which replace real-world objects such as art, music, video games, and even, okay, we've got our first respondent, Sadisha from St. Thomas's College.
NFTs.
That is the correct answer. So the question is, the sale of digital assets which replace real-world objects such as art, music, video games, and even trading cards has exploded in popularity this year, with one digital art piece even being auctioned off for £50 million. What is the 3-letter acronym? And it is NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. Okay, so now I will be moving on to the 11th question. Name the newest state university in Sri Lanka, first established in 1991. Okay, so we've got our first respondent, Jinani. You can give your answer now.
Vikramarachi, Gampaha Vikramarachi Ayurveda.
I'm sorry, Jinani, but that is the incorrect answer. I will read off the rest of the question now. Name the newest state university in Sri Lanka, first established in 1991 as the Northern Province Affiliated University College and recognized as a camp. Okay, Sadisha from St. Thomas's College is our second respondent. Sadisha, you can unmute yourself and give your answer now.
University of Jaffna.
I'm sorry, but that is the incorrect answer. So Sanuka has the chance to give the correct answer to the question now. First established in 1991 as the Northern Province Affiliated University College and recognized as a campus of the Jaffna University from 1997 to 2021, before being recognized as an independent university in June 2021. Okay, so Sanuka has given his buzzer. Sanuka, you are welcome to give your answer now.
Vaunia Mandapaya.
Yes, it is the correct answer, the Vaunia University of Sri Lanka. Okay, so now I will move on to the 12th question of the competition. For this, audio will be shared from in the screen. Please pay close attention to it. Okay, it's a really popular song, so I hope you've all heard of it. Okay, the 12th question. This excerpt is from an anti-terrorism song, specifically referring to the death of 2 children from a bomb planted by a paramilitary group advocating for the reunification of which island country? Okay, so we've gotten our first buzzer, Sadisha from St. Thomas's College.
Ireland.
Ireland is the correct answer, and the song you just heard is Zombie. Okay, so now again, as I've asked a lot of questions from you, I will give it over to Minindu again to get to know more about our competitor.
Thank you, Kavya. So before we go ahead with the last set of questions, we have Sadisha Saparamadu with us as well. So Sadisha, it's your turn now. How are you feeling so far about the competition?
I'm pretty excited and exhilarated, yeah.
So Sadisha, I think everyone would like to hear a bit more about yourself. So why don't you give us a small sneak peek into who you are and what got you into quizzing?
So I'm Sadhya Sapramadu. I'm from St. Thomas's College. I'm in grade 12. I joined the quiz club of St. Thomas's when I was in grade 9. And my strong points in quizzing are usually uh, geography and arts and cultures, especially arts and cultures. And I like quizzing because I like knowing stuff, I guess. Yeah, that's it.
Yes. So Sadisha, there are only 3 questions remaining right now. So that means that we are at a really crucial stage here, and pressure is on everyone to do their best. So are you feeling the pressure right now?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, okay. So have you ever been in a similar situation like that before? I mean, dealing under pressure. So in previous competitions, have you ever been in a situation like that before, under pressure?
Um, Perhaps not in competitions, but in O levels in my last day, probably, yeah.
Okay, so this is not an ideal situation to be facing a quiz with what's going on in the country. So what do you feel about having to stay indoors and have minimal interactions with others, and how are you coping with it?
I use social media a lot to connect with my friends, and like we have weekly quiz meetings which are fun too, and things like that online I use a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Sadisha, for having this conversation with us. So best of luck to you as well. And contestants, we are down to the last 3 questions of the competition. So be sharp, because anything can happen in the next few minutes. So Kavya, over to you again.
Thank you, Minidu. So like he said, we are like at our last 3 questions. So I will now read the 13th question of the competition. Name the previous Italian athlete before Marcel Jacobs to have won an individual Olympic sprint gold, winning the 200 meter in 1980. He also broke the 200-meter world record and is still the athlete to have held on to the record for the longest time, which is 17 years, and was also the first sprinter to go under 20 seconds at low altitude. It is an Olympic-related question, and if you did a bit more, okay, so we've gotten our first respondent, Jinani from Visaka Vidyalaya.
Pietro Manera.
Jinani, that is the correct answer. Pietro Menea is at the Italian athlete before Marcel Jacobs, who won the Olympic gold medal. Yes. Okay. So now I will move on to the 14th question of the competition. Okay. So there is a picture for this question. Pictured is an archaeological site in the eastern province of Sri Lanka, which is said to be the location where King Kavantissa married Princess Vihara Mahadevi. The ruins of a temple along with a unique moonstone that depicts elephant riders can be found here. Give the name of the temple or the town where it is located. So you are given 10. Okay, so our first respondent in Sanuka from Mahinda College. Sanuka, you can unmute yourself and give the answer. I'm sorry, but that is the incorrect answer. Our other 2 participants are welcome to press the buzzer and give the answer now. Okay, Jinani from Visaka Vidyalaya is our second respondent. Jinani, you can give your answer now.
Kirinda.
I'm sorry, but that is also the incorrect answer. Sadisha still has the chance to press the buzzer and get the correct answer. Okay, seems like there are no further response. So I will move on to the last question of the competition. The 15th question. Pictured is an acclaimed director whom Steven Spielberg once referred to as the as our most valued friend in the Far East. His most famous works include The Road from Elephant Pass and The Common. Okay, Jinani from Visakha Vidyalaya is our first respondent. Jinani, you can unmute yourself and give the answer now.
Chandran Ratnam.
That is the correct answer, Jinani. Okay, so now we've reached the end of the questions, and over to you, Minindu, again.
Yes, Kavya. All right, so that marks the end of the final round of this competition. 15 questions were asked, and the contestants confidently answered them. In some instances, I think they felt the pressure, but in the end, they managed to pull it off. Soon, we will get the results and our winner. So until then, Sanuka, Chinani, Sadisha, how was the experience and what is your overall view?
I would like to interrupt Minindu here a bit, because we've actually gotten the results, and there is a tie between the second and the third positions. So Jinani and Sanuka are tied together, and we would like to hold our tiebreaker to decide who's our first runners-up and our second runners-up. So Jinani and Sanuka, are you ready for the tiebreaker question? I hope you are, because I will be reading the question now. Okay, so the tiebreaker question will be, Jamie Foxx won the Academy Award for the Best Actor in a Lead Role in 2005 for his portrayal of which musician often referred to as the genius? Okay, so 10 seconds will be given to you to respond to the question. Unfortunately, I see that none of our two competitors know the answer to that question. So okay, so Gina, I'm sorry, Jinani, but the time is up now. The answer is Ray Charles. So now I would be reading the second tiebreaker question to decide who would be our first runners-up and our second runners-up. So please pay close attention. What animal is the largest land carnivore on Earth? Despite most people believing they have white fur, their fur is actually clear. This is a pretty easy question. So we'll be waiting for 10 seconds. Okay, so Jinani is our respondent. Jinani, you are welcome to give the answer now.
Polar bear.
That is the correct answer, Jinani. And okay, over to you, Minindu, to end the competition.
So yes, thank you, Kavya. So then we have the results of the finals now, I think, after that tie break. So I will be announcing the positions that you guys have won. So the second runners of Brain Cypher 2021 goes to Sadisha from St. Thomas's College. So congratulations, Sadisha, well deserved. So now I think we all know who is the clear winner. So finally, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Brain Cypher 2021 is yeah, just give me a second. I think there's been some kind of mistake. Oh, sorry, wait a second. Yes, sorry about that. Very sorry about that. My dearest apologies. So there was a mistake in the positions I have announced. Sorry about that. So actually the second runners of the Brain Cypher is not Sadisha, it's actually Sanuka from Mahinda College. So sorry about that misunderstanding there. So ladies and gentlemen, so who is it going to be, Sadish or Jinani? So, so finally, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Brain Cypher 2021 is Sadisha from St. Thomas's College. So congratulations, Sadisha, on your outstanding performance throughout the competition. You have done your school and family proud. Well done. And we also got to mention Jinani for being the runners-up of this competition. She was so close, but in the end, it's about the lessons you learn and the experiences you gain. So first of all, we just want to ask you a question. So how was the experience throughout this whole competition, and what's your overall view on this competition from the three of you? Let's start with Sanuka. How was the experience? Sanuka, can you hear me?
Yeah, actually, it was a pretty good experience because this is the first time I think all the quizzes in school quizzes in Sri Lanka face in an individual quiz competition, in an oral individual quiz competition. I think, yeah, that was a great experience. Thank you. And finally, I would like to thank the organizing committee of Brain Cypher 2021, the Mother Sri Lanka Society of Royal College, and the Quiz Club of Devi Balika Vidyalaya. Thank you.
Jinani, do you want to add something to that question? How was your experience?
It was really a nerve-wracking competition, the finals. I actually had to take a sip of water to not get too panicked. Yeah, it was a great experience. And as Sanuka mentioned, I think it's a great thing that you all organize this kind of individual competition for quizzes, as for school quizzes in Sri Lanka. So I would like to thank the Mother Sri Lanka Society of Royal College and the Quiz Club of Devi Balika Vidyalaya again for this opportunity. They've given youngsters like us to gain knowledge and also to have fun. So yeah, and I'm congratulating Sadisha as well.
Sadisha, you want to add something to this as well? How was your experience and what's your overall view on this competition?
Yeah, it was a very good quiz. I thought the questions were good and I learned a lot from the questions, and I met a lot of interesting and wonderful people. I'd like to thank the organizing committee for the amazing quiz, and I'd like to wish the best of luck for the other two participants in the future.
Yes, again, Sadisha, sorry about that misunderstanding. So yeah, so now I think after several weeks, we finally have a winner, who is Sadisha Saparamadu from St. Thomas's College. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the conclusion of this competition. But before that, I would like to invite the chairman of the Quiz Club of Devi Balika Vidyalaya, Praharsha Hera, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Yes, thank you, Manidu. I'm Praharsha Hera, the president of the Quiz Club of Devi Balika Vidyalaya. So first and foremost, I would like to thank our Madam Principal, Pradeepa Samarasinghe from Devi Balika Vidyalaya, and Sir MVP Gunatilaka of the Royal College, who is their principal, for supporting and encouraging this collaborative project. And also Madam Nimali Kurupu, assistant principal in charge of the extracurricular activities in Devi Balika Vidyalaya, and Sir TDCP Amalatunga, the master in charge of the clubs and societies of Royal College. Thank you for your guidance you gave us. It was really appreciated. And of course, I have to thank our dear teachers in charge, Ms. Manori Prashanti of Devi Balika Vidyalaya and Mrs. Achala Dharma Vikrama of Royal College for their guidance and support in navigating this project. And also, I have to thank the organizing committee and compeers too, that is like Manidu and Kavajanthan. You have my heartfelt gratitude for all the dedication and effort you put into Brain Cypher 2021. And last but not least, Sadisha, Sanuka, and Jinani, thank you so much for joining us today and competing in Brain Cypher. We sincerely hope you had a great time with us.
Thank you, Praharsha. So with that, we have reached the end of today's event and also the competition. So thank you all for joining us, and congratulations once again to our winners. So signing out, Minidam Rasekara from the media unit of Royal College. Until next time, stay safe and have a good night.